Does Hitler lead Germany to fall?
Für richtig hältst.
And did he was a bad battle leader?
Dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet habe, dass ich mich in diesen Jahren für dich eingesetzt habe, dass ich anständig meine Zeit verwendet habe im Dienste meines Volkes. Gib du jetzt eine Stimme ab. Wenn ja, dann tritt für mich ein, so wie ich...
Adolf Hitler's name is synonymous with one of history's deadliest conflicts, World War II. But as Germany's Führer and Commander-in-Chief, how responsible was he for the defeat of the Third Reich? Was Germany's loss inevitable, or did Hitler's own orders lead his country down a path of destruction? In this video, we explore the critical military decisions Hitler made, his early victories, his costly errors, and the legacy of his command. At the start of World War II, Hitler shocked the world with rapid conquests. His bold strategy of blitzkrieg brought early victories in Poland and France. The decision to attack France through the Ardennes forest, bypassing the heavily fortified Maginot Line, proved brilliant. But these successes masked deeper problems, poor long-term planning and growing distrust with his generals.
Bereitwilligkeit, ihm die Zusicherung zu geben, dass die deutschen Streitkräfte das Staatsgebiet folgender unabhängiger Nationen nicht angreifen, und er nennt Finnland, Lettland, Litauen, Estland, Norwegen, Schweden, Dänemark, Niederlande, Belgien, Großbritannien, Irland, Frankreich, Portugal, Spanien, die Schweiz, Liechtenstein, Luxemburg, Polen, Ungarn, Rumänien, Jugoslawien, Russland, Bulgarien, Türkei, Irak, Arabien, Syrien, Palästina, Ägypten.
After France's fall, Hitler aimed to crush Britain, but his decisions undermined the campaign. Instead of targeting the Royal Air Force bases, he shifted bombing to London, allowing the RAF to recover and maintain air superiority. This crucial error prevented a German invasion and gave the Allies a stronghold. Later, Hitler's decision to invade Yugoslavia and Greece delayed the attack on the Soviet Union. This delay exposed German troops to the brutal Russian winter, which they were ill-equipped to handle, a factor that would later prove devastating. In 1941, Hitler launched the massive invasion of the Soviet Union, Operation Barbarossa. Initially, German troops advanced rapidly, but Hitler's own decisions fractured the campaign. He split his forces to attack multiple objectives simultaneously: Leningrad, Moscow, and the resource-rich South.
Both the President and Mrs. Roosevelt would talk a lot about what went on. He would say, every time one gives in to Hitler, his ambitions become greater and he wants more.
As winter approached, Hitler refused to allow retreats or strategic withdrawals, trapping his forces in a frozen wasteland. The inability to adapt to battlefield realities marked a turning point, shifting Germany from hunter to hunted. Stalingrad became the symbol of Hitler's costly stubbornness. Despite overwhelming Soviet resistance, Hitler demanded his Sixth Army hold the city at all costs. When the Soviets encircled German forces, he forbade retreat, dooming hundreds of thousands of men. The defeat shattered German morale and marked the beginning of a steady retreat on all fronts. In the war's final years, Hitler's decisions grew increasingly disconnected from reality. During the D-Day invasion, his refusal to release tank divisions allowed the Allies to establish a foothold in Western Europe. His gamble on wonder weapons like the V-2 rocket drained resources with little impact. The The Ardennes offensive, the Battle of the Bulge, was a desperate last attempt to turn the tide. Though initially successful, it failed due to lack of fuel, poor logistics, and overwhelming Allied strength. As Soviet forces closed in on Berlin, Hitler ordered phantom counterattacks and refused surrender, condemning Germany to destruction.
Sie glauben, dass auch nur ein Riss in das Gefüge unserer einzigen Bewegung gekommen sei. Sie steht fest, so wie dieser Block hier.
And here Goebbels had presented him with something that pleased him very much, because it was portrayed as this spontaneous response of the German population, although of course it was heavily and carefully orchestrated from above and by Goebbels.
Did Hitler's own orders lead Germany to defeat? The evidence is overwhelming. Early victories gave way to fatal miscalculations driven by ideology, ego, and inflexibility. Hitler's refusal to heed military advice, his obsession with control, and his inability to adapt cost millions of lives and ensured Germany's downfall. History remembers not only the horrors of the regime, but the disastrous legacy of its leader's command. When the guns finally fell silent, the world was left in ruins. Cities once full of life lay in ashes. Millions were gone. Soldiers, civilians, entire families lost to a war that consumed continents. Borders changed, empires crumbled, and the cost, in blood, in sorrow, in memory, was beyond measure. And as the victors celebrated, the silence of the fallen whispered a warning. Never again. But history is not just a lesson, it is a mirror. And what we choose to see or ignore will shape the wars of tomorrow. If you found this exploration valuable, subscribe for more in-depth history documentaries. Understanding the past is the key to shaping a better future. Thank you for watching.